Alright. Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Lesson Non-Classics. This is episode number 3340. Double number 3234. I have a DC trade and a Viz Media from Selling Published Marvel Comics. From DC, it's one of the books that actually is currently one of DC's highest selling titles right now. Absolute Superman by Jason Aaron. The artwork in this book is done by Rafael Salvador and Carmine Di Camagigo. Also, I got to point out about the spine here. It's similar to that of, let's see, here we go. I saw the spine here. It reminded me a lot of the New 52 Superman era. So, that's where we're in. So, basically, yes, this is basically a new version of Superman. So, okay, so they kind of explain it here where that, in the flashbacks of this book, is that Superman, well, unlike in the case of traditional interpretations of Superman's backstory, where he leaves Krypton when he was a baby, here he's actually like a child when he leaves. He's basically not a toddler. He's chatting with his biological parents, obviously, and then discover, he has to be sent to Earth, obviously, with the uniform where apparently was his mom's. And apparently Jor-El, his way of his opinions were very popular with the Kryptonian High Council, so they proceed to imprison him. So his mom proceeds to break him out, which she does. And then Cal is sent to Earth, and then crashes at the Kent farm. And he's there for a little while. He doesn't speak English at first. Eventually he does. He does fix basically the tractor. He starts on the farm, very peaceful. And then the Peacemakers show up. Somebody might ask the question, why the heck are the Peacemakers in a Superman title? Well, apparently the way the world works, apparently this area is controlled by the Lazarus Corporation. When I first heard it, I'm like, Ra's al Ghul is obviously involved with the Lazarus Corporation because, he's always involved with the Lazarus Pits. And by the end of issue 6, I was proven correct about this. So basically, they're here because he's a trespasser, despite the fact he's won't go open arms. And the Kent Sizemore flees. And then, of course, that book at present started off with him being confronted by Lois Lane. Yes, who is now a reporter in this continuity. Oh no. She works the Peacemakers. Yeah, Peacemakers are the enforcers of the Lazarus Corporation. That's what he explained in the book. Oh yeah, and also Christopher Smith, the guy who is Peacemaker. Yeah, the guy's a murderer. He killed, you mentioned about Superman, he killed 20 people. He was like, where is Smith? Where is he? And he fights him, of course, with no cape. And then, of course, Lois, who works for the Lazarus Corporation, which they apparently run the world. Yes, the Lazarus Corporation. He tries to arrest Superman, and basically, despite the fact she tries to shoot him, of course, for reasons. Now, why in the world that the Peacekeepers are after Superman? Oh, because he's an alien. And think he's a terrorist, despite the fact here's the thing, he has done nothing wrong, aside from the fact he arrived on the planet. So, Lois allows him to leave, and time support without Brainiac, except, yes, Brainiac is basically their AI here. It says, Lazarus means Zep, join the Omega Men. Yes, they include that in here. And there's a nod to Fortress Solitude on Earth, but this one's being red, not blue. This actually is on Krypton. This is before they left the planet. Oh yeah, apparently Krypton Zod's faction controls the planet. Yes, they do. Yeah, basically it's like, yeah, so And apparently look like lowest infantry people. And across the planet is like, oh, you're Crankshaw, right? Gonna kill. Stupid. I hear like cut people for fun. Which makes your hand and knife hand. Show me. And I'll assume it's both. After this, we're done here, Peacemaker. Except for one last thing. You're under arrest. Oh yeah, and the fact that she kind of has a... Oh, we do see General Sam Lane where he's got no legs. You can mention, oh yeah, the main one coming. And I think it's supposed to be Jimmy Olsen, who works for the Omega Men, which they're not alien rebels like they were in the main continuity. Nope, they're basically rebels on Earth. And you have Christopher Smith who's like, protect peace at all costs. Peace at all costs. He's insane. He does kill people, of course. Oh yeah, and the leader, one of the leaders of the Omega Men is like Jimmy Olsen. Oh, I should point out, no Daily Planet here. No Daily Planet. Smallville's here. Yes, Smallville's here. So yeah, Clark is like, it looks like he's about 10-ish maybe, and he goes back to Kansas. We do see a flashback of, this is issue number, what is this issue? Issue number 6 of how when he first arrived on Earth. And him get acclimated, of course, and they try to arrest us because he's an alien. And of course you have Lois visiting Martha. Oh yeah, and they reveal who actually is responsible for Lazarus. Ra's al Ghul. And you're probably thinking, what the heck is a Batman villain doing a Superman book? By the way, I give this book at 8.5 out of 10. There's a reason for this. Well, Superman has fought Ra's as well. He's not necessarily just a Batman villain. Heck, the Outsiders have taken him on. It's just that it was, for me anyways, very predictable that Ra's al Ghul be involved with the Lazarus Corporation, and it proved to be correct on that part. Would I be surprised also if they had Talia and Nyssa up here in this book too? I would not be surprised. But, excuse me, from what I've been told, and I haven't read the books, of the 3 original Absolute Universe books, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, this was considered to be the weakest out of all. People love Absolute Batman. Absolute Wonder Woman started up slow but got better. This book was going to be the worst, but I gotta admit, this book was interesting. But it just like, okay, Ra's kind of makes sense because he has some history of Superman in the main continuity, but the Peacemaker? I'm only guessing the reason why he's here because Peacemaker was probably here because I know maybe Jason would be cool, but I have my theory that the reason why he's here because Peacemaker's big in the main universe, in the movies universe, so that's probably the reason why he's here. Next up we have is Star Wars The High Republic, The Edge of Balance. Yes, this is published by Viz Media. And this is the final volume for this one. I've only read like 2 of them anyways. Yeah, written by Daniel Jose Older and Shema Sunia. It's pretty much wrapping up this Viz Media stuff with Star Wars. It's okay. The problem I get this book, it's got good artwork. I like this. I kind of like this book at roughly a 7 out of 10. My only problem with High Republic is that I have no emotional connection to the characters of this book. None. It's okay. Is it better than the main book? No, not really. If I gotta point this out though, that about the Star Wars High Republic stuff, this is my honest opinion matter. The best book of High Republic was not written by Calvin Scott or even this writer. It's the books written by Charles Schultz. That I figured was the best ones, and they are. They still, that 2-issue miniseries, the Charles Schultz, that was the best thing High Republic ever did. And this era has not been well received. it's something that, to this day, people wonder, why not just make Knights of the Republic canon? Why do this High Republic stuff? And that's an honest to God really good question. And, like, I don't mind the fact they create original characters. That's not the issue here. It's just, the story here is not interesting. And I'm like, anyone knows the original, you kind of like, where's battles with the Sith? There's no Sith battles here. None. It's like, does Marvel or at least Disney plan to explore this area more? Because, like, if you read all the books, throughout all 3 volumes, all the miniseries, and even some side stuff for High Republic, it's like this whole book series does take place at one period of time. Like, if you want to basically map it out, it's like this whole series takes place period about 3 months. Despite the fact this has come for the last several years. And as for, like, my opinion of the whole thing of this being published by Viz Media, I'm like, why didn't they just have featured the original Star Wars characters? Have more stories for them. Nope, let's do High Republic. Yeah. But not much else to say about these books. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Next up is Dr. Stone. Okay, next video. Bye.